Obesity remains a primary health concern across Australia, with over one third of adults aged 18 and over reportedly now obese. While the majority attempt and at times succeed to shed the weight and make positive changes, obesity presents complex challenges which often result in a relapse. Joining me now live is nutritionist Mark Gilbert. Mark, thank you for your time this morning. Can you start by identifying the difference between being overweight and being obese?
Yes, it all comes down to BMI, which is body mass index. It's basically a measure of your height versus your weight. If your BMI is over 30, so it's kilograms divided by meters in height squared. It just basically it means how much weight you carry for your height. And if you're over 25 BMI, you're overweight. And then if you're over 30 BMI, then you're considered obese.
Now, when you are obese, when is diet and exercise simply not enough and medical intervention is needed?
That's a very controversial subject. There's no correct answer for that. Exercise, as long as you don't have anything stopping you from exercise physically, is always a good idea. It's always going to be good for your health. And making your diet more nutritious and with nutrient-dense foods, avoiding some of these highly processed, high-sugar foods that are low in nutrition are always a good thing. You could argue some people, if they've had multiple failures at losing weight or maintaining their weight loss, that's when they might want to try some kind of medication, but that's not my area of expertise.
So what steps can Australians take to assist in weight loss, and why are Australians struggling so much? We've got this epidemic now.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was looking at the statistics over there, and they're the exact same as here. It's 67% of people are overweight or obese. We live in this obesogenic environment where, again, we have these low nutrition, high calorie foods, first of all, and they're everywhere. And when people diet, two main things happen. The two most important things that happen are you get a decreased metabolic rate. So that means you're burning fewer calories to do all the same things with your body. So your body becomes more efficient, means you can't get rid of the calories, burn them off. And your appetite increases. And it seems like the appetite one's the big one because your metabolic rate only goes down by about 150 or 200 calories a day, depending which studies you look at. So it seems like the appetite and just after usually about 6 months, there's this magic moment about 6 months into a diet when the weight loss goes from going down and starts coming back up.
But why is that? Why does it take 6 months? What happens?
I wish I knew why it was exactly 6 months, but basically, there's three things. I talked about foods that aren't nutrient dense but are calorie dense. We don't have these, most people find a diet from a friend or the internet, and they're not using evidence-based, scientifically validated behavior change. So they're not changing the behavior. So they're always going to fall back off the wagon once they stop the diet. A lot of people see diet as a short-term solution. So it's inevitable if you think you can just lose weight and it'll magically stay off, even if you go back to your same habits, that's obviously not going to work properly. You're going to experience recidivism. You're going to gain the weight back. And if people have failed at losing weight, one of the best things you can do is get support. There's a reason why dietitians, nutritionists will usually try and work, if they can, one-to-one with a client.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of habits, the research is also showing that 80% of those who lose weight put all the weight that they'd lost back on within 5 years. So what are some of these habits that we're failing at?
Well, I think habits with any, it's like most people that quit smoking will tell you they didn't do it on the first time. And there's a huge behavior change literature that applies to diet, smoking, alcoholism, etc. Humans are creatures of habit, and it's very difficult to change our habits. And that's why I talked about the one-to-one support and having scientifically validated programs of change. we've shown with our diet, for instance, because we have those elements, we've got some of the best long-term outcomes. So you can keep the weight off. And one of our studies, people are keeping weight off for 4 full years. They're keeping, on average, 100% of their weight off for 4 years. And as far as I know, that's the most successful diet study that I've found.
Absolutely. Well done with that. Mark Gilbert, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you.